Subscribe to Ballers and Billions right now, because this story only works if you stay with it from the first frame to the last. What you're about to hear isn't about highlight reels or podium smiles. It's about what happens after the anthem fades, when the cameras move on, and when gold medals stop paying rent. Too many Olympic champions crossed the finish line believing they had secured financial freedom, only to discover that victory, by itself, does not generate wealth. If you care about the real economics of sport, the systems behind glory, and the personal costs hidden beneath history's most iconic moments, this is where you lean in. For the first minute of this documentary, understand one thing clearly. The Olympic Games were never designed to make athletes rich. They were designed to crown symbols. Governments, federations, and broadcasters benefited. Athletes often did not. Many champions walked away with global fame, national pride, and a medal worth, well, just a few $100s in scrap value while assuming that opportunity would automatically follow. In some cases, it did, but in many others, it didn't. That gap between expectation and reality is where these stories live. Olympic gold has never really guaranteed financial security, even at the absolute peak of global attention. The modern viewer sees $100 million endorsement deals and just kind of assumes that gold equals money. But honestly, that assumption is historically false. For decades, Olympians were restricted by amateur rules that barred sponsorships, appearance fees, and even just basic compensation. Athletes trained full-time while earning nothing, often having to rely on state stipends or, side jobs just to get by. When the games ended, so did the support. The medal did not function as a contract, it functioned as a moment. Take Abebe Bikila, the barefoot marathon champion who won gold in 1960 and again in 1964. His victories made him a symbol of post-colonial pride and human endurance. They did not make him wealthy. After retirement, Bikila struggled with injuries, a car accident that left him paralyzed, and limited institutional support. He died without the financial security his achievements suggested he should have had. The global celebration never translated into long-term protection. State-sponsored glory often came with these invisible economic ceilings. During the Cold War era, athletes from socialist states were celebrated as national property. Their success, well, it belonged to the system. One of the clearest examples is Teófilo Stevenson, a three-time Olympic gold medalist in boxing. Stevenson famously rejected professional offers rumored to be worth tens of millions, including one contract that would have made him an overnight millionaire. He remained loyal to Cuba and was rewarded with honor, not wealth. He lived comfortably by local standards, but nowhere near the financial level his talent commanded globally. His gold medals bought legacy, not liquidity. This wasn't an exception, it was policy. Athletes were insulated from market value, and when their careers ended, there was no pension system waiting. The cost of ideological loyalty was personal wealth. Doping scandals erased income streams faster than medals could create them. For some athletes, gold did briefly open doors, only for those doors to slam shut. Marion Jones won 5 medals at the 2000 Sydney Olympics and became one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. Sponsorships followed, money flowed, then came admissions of doping, stripped medals, lawsuits, and prison time for lying to federal investigators. The income vanished, endorsements were terminated, assets were liquidated. She went from global icon to financial collapse in just a matter of years. The medals didn't just fail to protect her wealth, they actually accelerated the fall once credibility disappeared. Fame without infrastructure leaves athletes, financially exposed. Not every downfall involved scandal. Some athletes simply competed before the ecosystem existed to monetize Olympic success. Olga Korbut changed gymnastics forever back in 1972. Her routines captivated the world and influenced generations. Yet she earned almost nothing from the performances that made her famous. Years later, she emigrated to the United States and reportedly sold her medals at auction to stay afloat. Cultural impact did not equal financial return, the system extracted value without distributing it. National rewards varied wildly and often failed to last. Even today, Olympic payouts depend entirely on nationality. Some countries offer $100,000 per gold medal, others offer nothing. Many athletes receive a one-time bonus that disappears quickly without financial planning. A single payment is not a career. Without endorsement literacy, contract guidance, or post-career transition programs, athletes can lose everything within a decade of retirement. The real lesson behind the medals is about power, not performance. Olympic history shows a consistent pattern. Institutions control access to wealth, while athletes supply labor and risk. When systems fail to convert achievement into sustainable income, medals become symbols without safeguards. These stories are not tragedies of individual failure, they are case studies in structural economics. If you're watching YT Ballers and Billions for real history, this is the takeaway. Gold medals create attention, but attention only becomes wealth when systems allow it to. Otherwise, even the greatest athletes in human history can walk away celebrated and broke. If this kind of behind-the-scenes sports history matters to you, subscribe to the channel, share this documentary with someone who still believes medals equal money, and stay locked in. There are more untold stories where that came from.